Hello, FMCA family. Happy Thursday to everyone. Hope you're having a good day. This is our next installment of Benefit Partner Spotlight. And we have in my opinion, I may be a little biased, but one of my favorite partners, one of the partners that supports FMCA, in my mind, the best, but I could be a little partial. With me is Nell Fellinger from Fantasy RV Tours. Thanks for
Hi, Chris.
Nell.
Hello.
So Nell is the big shot over there, the owner of Fantasy RV Tours, and she, I believe, is in Las Vegas right now. So
Yes.
I think it's probably about 40 degrees warmer there than here in Cincinnati, but I'm not keeping track. I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
So just a quick intro. And Nell can fill some of the history in. I've been with FMCA for almost 9 years now, and we've been partners that long and longer. So Nell can kind of fill us in on that long-standing history. Fantasy RV Tours it's pretty easy to understand what they do from the name. They're a RV tour company. They provide our members FMCA member-only tours, as well as tours for just the general RV population. So I guess the first topic I want to talk about, Nell, is maybe give us a brief history of Fantasy RV Tours.
Okay, will do. It's a story. The key word you said is brief. And I'm a storyteller. Give me a mic and oh boy. Well, I grew up RVing like so many FMCA members did. In fact, my parents, they go back to, I believe, the 70s, their FMCA number, which I now have. And with the letter D behind it for daughter, I think it's in the 30,000s. So I've been exposed to this great organization for so many years, decades and decades. And they were avid RVers, and they also were avid caravanners. They went on many caravans to Mexico. I learned all about the caravanning community and lifestyle back as a young adult in my early 20s. And then my husband and I had an RV, and we enjoyed it with the children. When the kids went off to college, we sold the house, took off in the RV, and became full-timers. And the first thing we did, we went to Mexico for about a year. And there we did our research and development to start an RV tour company. And initially it was just going to be to Mexico because people like to be escorted in Mexico. After our third year being in business, we grew into the largest RV tour company offering tours to Mexico. Then we added Canada, Alaska, USA, overseas. And that was started in 1991. So this is our 31st year in offering RV tours. And we have taken over, we just counted this up, a couple years ago. Actually, I think it was during the early pandemic days when I'm sitting at home kind of scratching my head and saying, okay, company can't travel, the customers can't travel, and okay, what's this all about? What's the legacy anyway? And so I added up all the tours that we had done over 30 years, and it was thousands of tours. And the customers, we have taken over 75,000 RVers on their trip of a lifetime. And we're very proud of that. And I answered my question. That is the legacy, is to expose RVers to this type of stress-free travel, whether it's a 5-day rally or it's a 60-day overseas tour. That's kind of it in a nutshell. I could go on, but that's Fantasy's history, Chris.
Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Is I was kind of wondering, over 30 years, how many tours you've done, and I know you guys do quite a few every year, so I knew it was probably in the thousands, definitely in the thousands. One thing I didn't have on my list, but kind of leading into the next question, you said you had about 75,000 RVers that have taken a tour. I'm amazed. I've heard FMCA members, just to validate how great of an experience it is, I'm surprised some of the members that come up to me and say, "Oh yeah, I've taken 30 tours with Fantasy RV."
Yeah.
Do you know offhand what, for FMCA members, who's the leader? Who's number one?
Well, for FMCA members, it's Sonny and Carol Gillespie.
Yep.
And as you know, he was into vice president, and he heads up the security at most of our national conventions. And gosh, I think they are at 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, we have one couple that they're also FMCA members. I think they are, that are at about 40, but they're not traveling anymore. The Gillespies are still out there in their RV traveling.
Yeah. Sonny's the one I thought of because I knew he was well over 20 last time he had told me. That's amazing.
Yes.
I guess he enjoys it to go on that many.
They're great. They're such fun people.
Yeah. All right. So I kind of hinted at this before. The partnership with FMCA and Fantasy kind of predates me. Maybe give a little history on how that came about and when it started.
Okay. Gosh, it was 2011 at, I believe it was the Spring Perry show. The executive director of FMCA and the CEO approached Fantasy and said, "Gosh, now you've been doing this forever. You're like an icon around here. And we really want to offer as a benefit RV caravans and rallies for our members. And we'd like for you to be our travel partner." And then we had meetings. I went up to Cincinnati a couple of times and we ironed it out. We started that in, March, started planning it. And then we rolled it out at the summer convention in Madison, I believe Madison, Wisconsin. Yes. Mm-hmm. In 2011. And we started out with about 10 tours that next year. And Chris, before we came on, I counted up the FMCA tours for 2022. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I was so surprised because, we couldn't run tours, most of our tours in 2020, and we ran very few in 2021. So we have all this pent up desire to go in 2022. I counted them up for this year, and we have 28 FMCA tours on the books. Now that's a little more than usual. Usually it's between maybe right around 20, 22. So this year, we're running more.
Where are some of the locations you're going this year for the FMCA tours?
Gosh, Mexico. We have a tour leaving next week to go to Puerto Penasco. We have a wine tasting tour in the new wine country, becoming very famous in northern Baja, whale watching tour, Alaska, Canada, Mississippi River Road tour, Calgary Stampede, Mardi Gras, Pasadena Rose Parade, South Africa. We have a tour in South Africa right now. Many in fact, all the guests on our South Africa safari are FMCA members, and that's they all flew over there today, and I believe it starts day after tomorrow in South Africa, and we were excited to be able to offer that this year.
I was surprised when I first started. We'll use the one that you just mentioned, South Africa. I think you get your money's worth. I mean, how many days does that tour last?
That particular tour is 33 days. Yes. And it includes 10 national parks, private game preserves, Kruger. We do about, I'd say, 3/4 of it in an RV. And then there's several days that are in a hotel. We stay at a game lodge in Kruger. But that particular tour is 33 days. Our longest tour for FMCA members is we have a 61-day Alaska tour, and we have a 61-day Canadian Maritimes tour. And then for those folks who can't go for that many days, we do have rallies and shorter caravans throughout the year all over the United States.
Mm-hmm. I know every tour is kind of different, depending on location, but generally, what can someone expect when they go on a tour?
Well, about 3 months prior to your departure date, the wagon master, who's your tour leader, will start emailing you, and you'll have a phone call that's usually lengthy to find out if you might have any special dietary needs or health needs, finds out the capacity of your fuel. Say if you have a small class B, your fuel capacity is going to be limited compared to maybe a 40-foot Allegro or some sort of a towable. Everybody's fuel capacity is different. We have planned fuel stops. The wagon master is going to go over a list of perhaps maintenance things you might want to consider getting done to your RV if you're taking one of the longer tours north of the border, because we do travel to some rugged remote areas.
Mm-hmm.
So when you show up on rally day, you're going to really feel like that you already know your wagon master, and you're going to be very, very prepared. We send a packet out with all the do's and don'ts and how to prepare for your tour. And then we have an orientation on the first rendezvous day. And then from there, on travel days, we always have a briefing, what we call a travel meeting. We go over our trip log. We provide a very detailed trip log that folks use in addition to a GPS. Actually, to be honest, our trip logs are more accurate than the GPS. We're constantly updating it. On travel days, the wagon master will leave the RV park first, and you can follow the wagon master if you'd like, but the wagon master is going to be headed straight to the RV park to get everything ready for that night. Maybe we have a meal that night and a tour the next day of the area. And so you are welcome to go with him, but we encourage folks to leave when they want to leave. We ask that you be in before dark. The tail gunner is the last person on the travel route. So if you had some kind of a mechanical issue or an emergency, the tail gunner is the last one on the road that day, and he's there to help you. And usually we do what's called scattered travel, where 2 or 3 rigs might leave the RV park at the same time, stop along the way to have lunch, maybe stop at a market or pull over on a lookout, and just really have a leisurely travel day. What we like to tell our guests is that oftentimes the destination that we're going to is just a campground to rest up. And the beauty of the journey that day is going to be your travel day. And that's where you're going to see the wildlife and the viewpoints, and stop along the way and have a coffee and talk to some of the local people. And that it's really important to have a leisurely travel day. It's not a windshield tour where you just go boom from point A to point B. Mm-hmm. We have a bus that will come pick up our group when we're in an area where we want to tour. And so bus transportation is provided. Many meals are provided. We don't just feed you to give you a meal like on a cruise. It's something special where there's entertainment or special regional food. So there's meals involved, many excursions. You could literally go on a trip, and other than your fuel, you wouldn't have to dig into your pocket. to pay for any additional activities. All of the can't miss sightseeing, excursions, and events are all included. So you're going to know what your vacation costs before you ever leave. And you don't have to do any of the planning. We do all the planning. And when you're thinking of going on an extended trip, there's a great deal of planning. The RV parks, as most everybody knows today, are very hard to get into because RVing is so popular. We have our RV parks booked 2 years in advance, and you're going to know where you're going to camp, what the activities are. You're not going to have to second guess, well, what should we do here? Because oftentimes you'll miss maybe some really unique things in a particular area. We know what those unique things are. So you just leave the planning to us, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And it's peace of mind RV travel.
Yeah, that's my kind of trip. My wife and I are telling, what do you want to do? I don't know. Yes. So that's going to be perfect for me, someone to plan it all out.
Yes.
Well, stepping back, I'm surprised you have time to talk to us because I know you're a famous TV personality at this point. I've seen you on the Discovery Channel a few times on the RVer show. You kind of want to tell us about that? I know you've been on some episodes in past seasons, and you have some coming up. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yes, it's a great series for people, for RVers or folks that are interested in becoming RVers to buy their first RV. It's a great series. It started in November of 2019. We are currently starting this spring, season 4. Season 1 was a caravan in Alaska with fantasy. We were the season finale, episode 6. It was wildly popular. And the filming crew and some of the influencers in the RV industry traveled with us in addition to the film crew. It's awesome. You can find it on reruns on Discovery Channel and PBS, or it's on Apple TV, Amazon. You can find the early episodes. Then the next season is Conquering New Zealand by RV, and that was a fun episode. And we just filmed for season 4, we just filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta, which is the most popular rally for RVers. And we had such a great time. We had at our rally over 200 RVs. We kind of take over the balloon field. We have 2 big hospitality tents. So look for that to air. I just wrote it down. So that's season 4. The episode is the finale, episode 6. That's going to air on June 18th. 8:00 in the morning. So set your DVRs if you can't watch it that early. And that's going to air on Discovery Channel. Then later again, it will be on PBS, Apple TV, Google Play, Amazon, and a slew more. So we're excited about that. Then we just found out season 5, they're going to be traveling with us down Mexico's Baja Peninsula to see the whales, where we actually touch a baby whale and a mother whale. And it's an FMCA member only tour. So we'll have some FMCA members getting filmed on that tour that are going to be on the whale watching caravan. And that will be in 2023.
Yeah, I've seen the episodes, and if you ever want an idea of what it's like to go on a top-notch RV tour, watch the show, because you can tell they have a lot of fun, and it seems like a pretty neat experience when you watch it on the show. So next month we have our FMCA International Convention in Tucson, Arizona. FMCA members, if you aren't signed up, you need to get signed up. one of, again, throughout the years I've been here, Nell's been a great partner. She has a very big presence at our shows, and it goes from exhibiting to putting on seminars, sponsorships. Nell does it all, and we are very appreciative of that. You want to talk about, maybe you're doing 8 seminars, so you're going to be in front of the members a lot. You want to kind of talk about some of the topics you guys cover in those?
Yes, Chris. Our very first seminar is stress-free RV travel. And it's really an introduction to what the caravans and rallies are all about. The first timers love it. We do it on Wednesday. I believe that's, I'm not sure what time. I don't have the schedule in front of me, but it's Wednesday, the opening day, so that especially people that haven't been exposed to the services that we provide, that's a great introduction. We also will be presenting a seminar on FMCA caravanning in Alaska for the members. So Alaska, also the Northeast Atlantic provinces, featuring the Canadian Maritimes, the Great Mississippi River Road, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Baja whale watching, and I'm probably forgetting something. But we have an array of seminars. We show videos. We have clips of the Discovery Channel show, and folks really enjoy our seminars. We try to make them entertaining. They're done like a travel log. We always give away door prizes. We have a couple of them. I think Alaska and one other one, we're giving away a $250 fuel card. You just have to be present to win. We're giving away 2 of those. We're giving away an RV tour on our last seminar. Gosh, I think we're giving something else away on stage for the entertainment. I can't remember what it is, Chris. I'm sorry. I don't have my notes in front of me, but that's on Friday night. So if you're going to be at the Tucson convention, the entertainment is awesome every night, but Friday night, you have to show up, and then we draw out of all the attendees there, and we'll be giving away an RV tour that night. Then we have 4 booths, and we have a seminar theater actually set up at our booths, where if there's something you want to see or you missed one of our seminars, we can actually show it to you on the big screen right in our booth.
Yeah, I would say Nell's booth probably has the most fun as I walk around. You guys have a lot of fun, and people have fun just talking to you guys and learning about it.
We're excited about Tucson. We haven't been to Arizona since I think the one in Phoenix or Chandler in I think that was 2016. So we are excited about being back in Arizona, and all the snowbirds that are there this time of year is it's going to be lots of fun.
Yeah, the facility's great there. It is going to be a lot of fun. Well, the last question I had was about rallies coming up, but I think you kind of covered that, unless you want to talk any further about any of them that you're really excited about that are coming up in the next year.
Yes, we have some new rallies for FMCA members, brand new. I'm so excited about this one. It is sold out. It's the last week of April this year. We introduced it about a year ago, and people were standing in line to make their reservation. And it's Virginia's Norfolk, Virginia NATO Festival. It is a festival in Norfolk which celebrates and honors the NATO alliance and its member nations. And it's a big military display of marching bands, pipe and drum corps, and so many military exercises. It's also an international tattoo event. And the tattoo event doesn't involve any ink. in case some of you are thinking, oh, what is tattoo? That is it's got a Scottish heritage, and there are 3 international ones in the world, and this is one of them. And it's also the military exercises, entertainers, acrobats. It is going to be fabulous. And I wish we only have 25 RV sites, so we could only allow 25 RVs to come on it. We're hoping in years to come that we can secure more RV spaces, because this is just going to be a big hit with our FMCA members. And it's a feeling of, it's very patriotic, let's put it that way. Then another one that's also appeals to FMCA members and everybody as a new one. It's called Abbey Road. It's a music festival near Louisville, Kentucky. Actually, it's Clarksville, right across the river, I think, there from Louisville. And it's a music festival that's features like the 60s and early 70s, peace, tie-dye, get out some old bell bottoms and come and have a blast. Of course, the Beatles music is totally featured. There's over 50 bands, 250 concerts. Our RV parking campground is just a few blocks away. We provide the transportation. And if you want to take a trip back in time and get really vintage, please join us it's called Abbey Road. And it's always the last week of May and over the Memorial Day weekend. That's brand new this year in 2022. So those are the 2 exciting rallies that we're going to have for this year. And we have one more, I think, for next year that I forgot. Did I? Oh, yes. I mentioned it earlier, but for FMCA members, we have a Baja Wine and Dine. It's in northern Baja. It's only 75 miles across the border, and it's going to be in the Guadalupe wine region, which is a great secret that people don't know about. It's like the up and coming little Napa Valley. So many great wineries there and restaurants. World famous chefs have opened restaurants there. We camp right on the beach, about 30 miles away. And then we have bus transportation that goes out to the wine region for our tours and all of our gourmet dining and wonderful wine tasting. And it's only a 7-day rally. So folks that say if you're snowbirding in Southern California or Texas or Arizona, it's a great little add-on to your snowbird trek. The one for FMCA this year happens to be in the fall. The weather is so beautiful there the first week of November. You're going to love northern Mexico that time of year. It's an escorted guided tour, very safe. And if you're interested, go to our website and take a look at our FMCA page. We have a whole page devoted to our FMCA tours on our website.
Yeah, like you said, you have 28. Is that what you said? 28
Yes.
total? Yeah, so I mean, you guys, any interest you have, Nell has a tour for you to go on. So
we hope we have something for everybody, whether, like I said, whether it's a little 5-day vacation for people who aren't retired or can only get away, or 60 days. We have something to fit everybody's budget and schedule.
Well, that's all I had. I was going to look and see if we had any questions. John Walker says hi, Nell.
Hey, hi, John. Enjoying retirement, huh? Oh, gosh. And I just want to say, Chris, that we enjoy the partnership with FMCA. The employees, when we go up and visit in Cincinnati, and all the staff that put on the conventions, and our partnership has been a tremendous pleasure, and I think a outstanding benefit for FMCA members for, it's been, 11 years now, 12 years. Yep, into our 12th year.
Mm-hmm. No, like I said, we appreciate you too. You provide a great benefit. You're an awesome partner. The only other thing, I don't see any questions. Curtis Coleman said hi, by the way. I don't know if you saw.
Who was it?
Curtis Coleman. He said hi.
Oh, hi, Curtis.
I don't have anything else aside from Nell pointed out something. This has nothing to do with fantasy RV tours. She pointed out that Family Motor Coach Association is headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, so all I'm gonna say,
Hey.
PLA
Woohoo.
in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Pinch me. It doesn't seem real, but I'll be a little busy Sunday. I hope no one tries to call me. I'll be wrapped up in a little game called the Super Bowl that the Bengals are playing in.
All right. Good luck, Bengals and Chris. Stay out of trouble there now.
I'll try. I'll try my best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Nell. Appreciate you coming on and chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'll see you next month in Tucson. We are actually going to take a break next month. We're going to skip next month and start this again in April. So until next time, we'll see you guys. Thank you.